The day is long and over. The first time, the fifth time, you asked your child nicely to put away the toys, and nothing happened. So you yelled. You yelled some more until you were yelling loud enough to wonder what the neighbors think. And they finally listened. But they listened with that look on their faces. The scared one. And then when your kids were finally asleep, you sat down and cried because this isn't the mother you wanted to be. And the thought beneath it, the one that's hardest to say out loud, is this: maybe I'm just a bad mom. Maybe my kids would be better off with someone less crazy than me. I need you to listen to me before we move forward. You are not a bad mom. A bad mom wouldn't be here crying about it, trying to figure out how to do better at 11 o'clock at night. What you are is stuck, caught in a cycle that almost every loving parent finds themselves in. A cycle that feeds on itself. A cycle that no one ever showed you how to escape. And here's the thing. A cycle isn't you. It's only a cycle, so it can be changed. So I'll show you where you got stuck and the way back out. So let's start with the cycle itself, because once you can see it, you can break it. It usually goes like this. You're tired, you're outnumbered, you're trying to keep the whole day from falling apart, so you let the small stuff slide. The toys stay out, a mess in the living room. The whining, you just tune out. You pick your battles because you only have so much left in you, and that works for a while until it doesn't. Everything piles up, the whining, the toys, all the small stuff, and somewhere in there you hit your limit and you blow. Then comes the yelling, and then comes the guilt. And the guilt is so heavy that the next day you swing the other way. You go soft again, you let it slide again. And the whole thing starts over. That's the cycle. Soft, then loud, then ashamed, then soft again. And here's what I need you to hear. Falling into it doesn't make you a bad mom. It makes you a loving one who's exhausted and was never handed a steady system. It isn't a character flaw, it's a cycle. And a cycle has a way out. Now here's why they keep pushing until you break, and it's the part that's easy to miss. Kids need your attention the way they need food. All day long, they're reaching for it. But think about what most of your day actually sounds like. Hurry up. Stop that. Not now. Put that down. We're going to be late. Most of the attention they get is a correction or a rush or a no. And when they're finally playing quietly and nothing's wrong, that's usually the 1 minute you get to yourself. So you give them nothing. Because nothing's wrong. So here's what they figure out without ever deciding it. The one time they get all of you, your whole face, your whole voice, focused right on them is when you finally lose it. That's the payoff. Not because they like the yelling, because in that moment, they finally have you. So they keep doing the thing that gets them there. They aren't being bad, they're starving for your attention, and they've learned the loudest way to get it. The acting up isn't defiance. They need you. So here's the first thing I want you to try, and it's the one that changes the most, because it works on the cause, not the symptom. You give them your attention first, before they have to fall apart to get it. So, quick thing before I show you what that looks like. If this is the first explanation that's made you feel less alone in this, subscribe. Everything here comes from years of being in the room with families exactly like yours. Here's what it looks like, and it's simple. A few minutes in the morning where you get down on the floor and you're just with them. No phone, no agenda, just focusing on them and giving them your attention. Catching them while they're playing nicely and saying it out loud. I love playing with you. Look at you doing that all by yourself. The 10-second hug before a hard transition instead of the rushed command. You're filling the cup on purpose while things are calm, so it isn't empty when the hard moment hits. Because a kid who's already had a little of you has so much less to prove. They're not clawing for your attention all day because they already know they have it. Now, filling the cup doesn't make the hard moments disappear. They'll still ignore the ask. There's still going to be a toy on the floor and a kid who won't pick it up. So here's the second move, and it's the one that replaces the yelling. You ask once, calmly, down at their level, so they actually hear you. And then instead of asking again and again and again until you finally blow, you follow through the first time, quietly. You walk over, you get down, and you help make it happen. If it's the toys, you start putting them away with them. You don't repeat yourself 5 times. You don't threaten. You calmly make the thing happen the first time you asked, because that's what teaches them the calm voice is real. Every time you ask once and then follow through, you're showing them they don't have to wait for the yell, because the calm ask already means it. It's slower than blowing up at first, but it's the thing that ends the blowing up for good. And now the move that matters most, because it's the one almost nobody tells you about. You're going to lose it sometimes, even doing everything right. Some days the yell slips out because you're human and you're tired and you're doing a hard job without enough hands. That isn't you failing. What you do next is what counts. And what you do next is repair. Repair is simple. Once you're calm, you go back to them. You get down to their level and you say something true. I got too loud and I'm sorry. That wasn't your fault. And then you reconnect. A hug, a moment, whatever tells them you're okay again and they're okay with you, that's it. And I know apologizing can feel like it makes you smaller, like you're handing them the power. It's the opposite. When you repair, you teach them something most adults never learned. You can lose it, own it, and make it right. You're not erasing the moment you yelled. You're showing them what to do after a big feeling, which is the exact thing you've been trying to teach them all along. And I want to be honest with you. This won't fix everything by tomorrow. There will still be hard days, days when you're stretched too thin and the old cycle pulls you back in. That's normal. It isn't a relapse, it's just being human. But give it a little time. Filling the cup, asking once and following through, repairing when you slip, and the cycle starts to lose its grip. The yelling gets rarer, the house gets quieter, and that heavy feeling you carry to bed starts to lift because you're not swinging between too soft and too loud anymore. You're steady. And steady is what they were reaching for the whole time. So hear this last part, because it's the one that matters most. You were never a bad mom. You were a loving one, stuck in a cycle nobody taught you how to break. And the fact that you sat through this whole video looking for a better way is the proof. That mom, the one who keeps trying, is the exact mom your kids need. They don't need a different mother. They need you, steadier. One calm moment at a time. So try this the next time the day starts to slide. Fill the cup, ask once, and follow through. Repair when you slip. But there's one piece we didn't fully open up, and it's the one quietly running the whole cycle. Why your kids learn to wait for the yell in the first place, and what's happening in their heads when they do. Once you see that, the calm voice fix makes even more sense, and it gets easier. I break it all down in this next video, right here. Go watch it and subscribe so the next step finds you.